Okay, that last one worked so well. I thought I would take a chance and try to demonstrate how I did it. So, alright. So I determined that I needed this piece, which is about 5 feet long. I'm going to stick it in this hole. And just temporarily, I'm going to put a clamp on it over here. Just to hold it in place where I want it. Then I'm going to get a little shim because this doesn't quite work. I'm going to slide it in there. And I'm going to clamp it for real right here. Now that should, I think, hold it at the proper angle. It looks pretty good. Okay. Now, what I did with my screw. Who knows? Here it is. On the floor. Now, to keep the scrap from flying back in my face, I'm going to put a screw in the end of it here. Alright. Line this up. Okay, hold your ears. Alright. Clamp off. And there you have a very pretty scarf. Okay? Okay. Now, excuse me, I'll swing you around here. Not sure you can see. Okay, you can sort of see. So this piece, what I did a little while ago. So this one will set just like that. Now you'll have a very nice joint, theoretically. Okay, we'll glue it up and see how it goes. Thanks again. Okay, I spent this afternoon sanding down the old gas tank and spraying it with some primers. I'll show you what it looks like. Here you go. looks pretty good inside, so I think I'll just I'll get a little Bondo and kind of clean up the dents and then go ahead and paint it and put it back together. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, I've got the wood planed down to 5/8 now for the shears, so I should be able to start trying to bend them here pretty soon. This is what they look like right now. So there are actually two laminations that will go together like that, which will make 1.25 inches this way and 1.25 inches this way. It will actually be square, and it will fit in these notches here and over here and on up to the front. And they're 11 to 12 feet long. They only need to be about 10.5 feet. But there's where the joints went together, and after they're planed down they look really nice and nice and smooth. So we'll see, one of these days we'll try to bend it and see if we can get them attached. Not today. Been working on the tank. I got this piece that goes on top of the tank all clean, new gaskets put in, and then I just painted the bottom of it. And when that's dry, I'll turn it over and paint the top part, and I think it'll look nice. And then I still need to go ahead and primer the tank, but that primer smells so bad I need to take it outside. And it's getting a little late to do that today, and it's cold, so we'll do that some other time. Thank you, bye. I put Bondo on all the dents and things, and it came out pretty nice. The only thing I didn't like, this corner was a little flat, so let's put a little bit more Bondo on that to see if it'll look a little better. I think that's about all I got to talk about today. The steamer, I'm just not sure it's really doing the job, so I think next time I bend, I'm just gonna maybe take a heat gun and kind of just do a few inches at a time and hope for the best. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks again. See you later. Let's show you what that looks like right now. Here you go. Okay. I attached a block here so that I could pull it in closer. It was not wanting to meet up like I really wanted it to. Otherwise, it's okay there. Got it attached here and here. And of course, the difficult place was up front here. It's kind of dark. Sorry about that. But that came out pretty well. I like the curve it made on it. Looks really nice, and especially the way it curves in toward the back. I think that's going to look really cool. Unfortunately, the port side broke, as usual. So I thought, before I start trying to make a brand new one, thought I would go ahead and try to fix this one and possibly bend this end, which was the back side. Looks like a pretty straight grain. It might bend alright. So I patched another piece in here with a scarf joint, and gonna see how that goes. If that doesn't work, I'll just have to start over with that and rip more wood and scarf it and plane it again. So that's where we are on the wood. Again, I think the shape is looking really nice. Over here on the motor side, we got this painted, cleaned up and painted pretty nicely. I have a O-ring kit coming for this. I have a new float coming for this. And I'll probably get a new one of these. I just don't know. It looks okay, but it has a little valve inside. I'm not sure it's going to work right, so I'm going to go ahead and get a new one of those. Now the tank is looking pretty good. Not sure why the camera shut off there a while ago. Anyway, I've actually went ahead and sanded this off again. So I think it's going to be good enough. I'm going to go ahead and primer it whenever it's warm enough to get outside again. It's really cold right now, so I think on Thursday it's supposed to be in the upper 40s, lower 50s, so I might take it outside after work and go ahead and put some more primer on it. Okay, anyway, thank you, bye. Okay, we're back again for a progress report. Try to step over this. Okay, there is the starboard side, the port side. And we have the first lamination of the port side shear. It's dry fit. And it's looking pretty good. Nothing's broken yet. And I decided to try just using a heat gun and just bending it a little at a time. And so far so good. Okay. Okay. Here we have the starboard side, and I have the first lamination is actually attached permanently, and I have the second lamination clamped in place. Again, I just used a heat gun to heat it and then put a clamp on and heat it and put a clamp on, and it is all clamped up and hopefully will get very set in its ways, and in a day or two I'll be able to take the clamps off both sides and permanently attach the first lamination on the port side and the second lamination on the starboard side. Yeah, I think the second lamination is only glued. I don't think there's any screws in it, but I'll have to check the fastening schedule and see what they say about that. That's about it for tonight. So there she is as of today, and we'll see you next time. Okay, all of the framing for the hull is now finished. The shears on the starboard side are all attached, both laminations, and also on the port side. So now becomes time for the fairing of all the framing so that the plywood will fit on it properly. Not sure when I'm going to start that. Probably not today. But that's where we are on that. So I think this transom doesn't look too pretty, so I think maybe at some point I'll put a piece of 1/4 inch plywood over that that looks a little nicer. And they'll still be alright for clamping the motor too. I finished up the fuel tank yesterday. It's not as good as I would have liked, but much better than it started, of course. Everything's clean and all the gaskets, seals, and O-rings are replaced. So I think it'll work alright. Also painted this little end piece so it looks nice. It's got a new float, new foot valve, all new gaskets and what have you in it. So alright, I think that's where I'm at today. I will let you know whenever anything else changes. Might be a little while. Okay, bye.